Hello and welcome to glowstrung.com. This is going to be an air wrap tutorial, and this is what the air wrap looks like. Alright, now if you know the orbital, I'm sorry to say, but this air wrap is actually going to be a little bit difficult for you to learn. Everyone's different though, it might not be that hard for you to learn. But for me it really is. Basically, the difference between an orbital and an air wrap, obviously they look really similar. An air wrap, is basically that, and an orbital is that. The difference is, an orbital, when the strings hit, what you do is you pull the strings, make them tight, so the glow sticks or poi wrap around each other a lot. A air wrap, all you're doing is letting right when the strings hit, instead of pulling your hands and making the string tight, you're just letting your hands sit where they are and letting the strings wrap up and unwrap. So it's basically a quick orbital. It's so much harder to learn than the orbital if you already know the orbital, because you're so used to, right when the strings hit, you're so used to pulling your hands that it's hard to break that, and I still have difficulty with that. But how you do the air wrap, basically all you do is spin in split time, just like this, and I get my glow sticks out so you can see a little better on the string. This move for me is a little easier with the Jailhouse Poi, but basically you want the strings to hit right about here. So it's maybe a quarter of the way up from the glow stick is where you want both strings to hit. So you're just going to spin like this, and you're going to let the strings hit right there, and you're not going to pull your hands or make the string tight at all. Right when the strings hit, you just, well, obviously that wasn't a good one, but right when the strings hit, you just let your hands stop spinning, don't pull, just let them sit there, and basically what will happen is the strings will wrap up and unwrap pretty quickly. If you pull the strings tight at all, even just a little bit, it'll basically turn into an orbital. That's basically all there is to the air wrap. What you can do is, something that might help is take a black magic marker and mark about a quarter of the way up on the string. Just put a nice big mark on the string so you can see on both strings, and use that as a target practice, so you know that you're hitting that spot every time. Other than that, you just got to make sure that right when the strings hit, you just stop doing everything with your hands, and it's just going to wrap up and unwrap, and then you're going to be in and out of the move before you know it. Again, if you know the orbital, sorry, but it's probably going to be hard for you to learn. And if you learn this move first, in my experience from talking to other glow stringers, if you learn this move first, it's going to be harder for you to learn the orbital.